What's up, everybody? It is Call. You're watching Talking Ball, and I am joined, almost sweaty. I am joined, though, by a very special guest, my mom. Everybody, it's Todd and
Yay.
Mom. That is my mom, for anybody that didn't know. So, again, I want to say welcome again to my special guest. That is you. And
Yay.
I wanted to put your Twitter name, your Twitter handle up there, just in case anybody wanted to follow you on
I'm pretty sure
old
that.
Twitter.
Do I have Twitter?
You have Twitter, yeah. I checked.
Really? I don't like Twitter, so I don't use it.
Well, we won't get into politics here, but
Okay.
But guys, I unfortunately have something to tell you, and it's not good news. It's nothing great. Nobody wants to talk about it. Tottenham played today. Also, in the comments, let me know if you can hear me. I was having a bit of
You just cut out.
Was having a bit of a microphone issue before the show began. I think it's corrected now. Wayne Bonner is here, everybody, saying, "What's up, everyone?
Wayne.
Hope you're all well." Yeah, I mean, we're coping. You know, I got a Dr. Pepper here. I'm like 3 Dr. Peppers deep. Just drinking away my sorrows with Dr. Pepper. You know, no, but Wayne, Spurs played today. I don't know if you know.
Colin, you left us. Come back.
So, what I was going to say was, though, before, sheesh. So, we played today. It didn't go very well. And there's probably a lot of reasons why. There's a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about, little pieces of the match I wanted to break down, and some questions I wanted to ask you about things. By the way, with the match, I mean, sum it up in one sentence.
A lot of terrible things happened, but there's a lot of promise shown, and it was bound to happen at some point, but I hope we can bounce back from it really fast.
What a run-on sentence. But yes.
It really was.
That was good. That was good, though, and I liked it, and I agree. I agree with most of it. You know, it was bound to happen, like you said. We were going to get a loss. I just wish that it didn't have to be like, you know, this is something I was just like, the loss was coming, but it being against Poch kind of sucks ass because, you know what I mean? We really.
I have a cat that's trying to kill me, so hang on a second.
Yeah, no worries. You got to get him on camera, though. That's the
rule.
Well,
he's under the chair, so I don't think I'm going to get him right now. But
well, if you can get
anyhow, Poch did. I don't know about you, but every time they'd show a picture of him standing there, I don't know, it hurt. I found myself making obscene gestures at him, which I didn't think. It's sort of funny. It's like I don't think I'm angry until I'm in the situation, and then I'm like, hey, maybe I actually am.
It's exactly. Somebody told me that exact thing. They were talking about how they were going to react at the match, and they said you can say whatever you want, but as soon as you get there, and everybody else is booing, you know, you'll boo too.
I didn't want to boo him. I just needed to.
There it is. There's Lenny. Everybody, that is Lenny the cat.
Lenny.
Big up to Lenny. Lenny, you are a G. He's a total menace, so you got to watch out for Lenny, everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the match it wasn't good. Tottenham played today, and of course it was bad. Let's get that out of the way, and then be positive. God damn it! So let's talk about the bad for a bit. I mean,
the bad for me was less the stupid red cards, because you know that kind of crap happens. The bad for me was the injury, especially the Van de Ven. I mean, that's gonna hurt for a long time. You know, yeah. You know, the other ones will be out for 3 games, but you know, they don't have to heal. They don't have to, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm concerned about Madison, but I don't think he was hurt particularly badly. I think we talked briefly. You think that was more of a tactical. I think it was a combo between tactical and trying to protect his, you know. But hey, I know we still got lots of negative we could need to cover, but let's hop to the positive. For
already?
I'm ready for the positive.
Oh,
For one,
we got to do the negative, so we'll come back.
okay. Um, one, Vicario couldn't have played better if his life depended on it.
Yeah, boy, he was awesome.
He
And
was relentless and
Venom,
fast and on fire. I mean,
fearless. He just ran out and would just throw his
yeah,
entire body at
yeah.
people, and yeah,
And I was concerned that he was injured, which thank God he wasn't. Um,
he kind of
and
reminds
I
me
mean,
of young Colin Sievers, the way that he plays
yeah,
with
yeah, that
the
was definitely.
sweeper. Yeah,
Um, but and everyone's the obvious to me is that I thought that of course Dyer was a surprise. I mean, Dyer, I was terrified when he stepped foot on the pitch, but he played the best that he could have in that situation. Um, and I thought Hoybier also played a game of his life. I mean, I thought that both of them were awesome. But in the one I don't want to get lost. What I don't want to get lost in the whole thing is Sonny ran his legs off. I don't know how much ground he covered in this game, but he was again relentless, just running nonstop, attacking at people. He knew that the numbers and the space weren't there, and he had to you know, make something magical happen. And he tried his damnedest to do that.
there was one point at the very end of the match where the ball he tried to bring the ball down, and had it been just yeah,
Oh,
he
there's
got
a
very
million
unlucky.
times that we could have
But
changed the complexion of that game with just a slight, within inches of not being off, offsides
or this guy's yeah, exactly. This guy's volley just actually counting
yeah,
and
his sons, there was I don't remember who shot the ball that it just went just wide.
but
I mean,
before we get to Eric Dyer was good, I want to talk a little bit more about the negative real quick. So was Romero's tackle as bad as they're making it out to be? I feel like no.
I feel like yeah. I mean,
Really?
I don't think it was as bad as it could have been, but
Yeah. I don't think I just don't think
for one, I think he got extremely lucky when he kicked and didn't get it there. The first
Oh,
card,
I didn't. I'll be honest. Since I was working, I didn't see that.
it
I
was
didn't see that first
petty
one.
and dumb, and you know,
Petulant or whatever you like to
anybody
say.
who's watched, and I'm sorry, I was somewhat oblivious to football when Beckham was huge, but it was like Beckham in the World Cup game where he
We
I mean it was just like that. I mean it was just stupid. Uh-oh, you are frozen.
am I
Hello.
back? I think
Okay.
I'm here. Yep. So
Do you
the
have that
thing is,
stupid VPN on again?
I do. Good thinking. I always forget to turn it off after work.
Yeah. But
Um,
I mean, I kind of feel like when he kind of put himself in a position where he was too, I don't know, reckless, too dumb,
it's
and
weird. It's
after
weird.
he
He
didn't
didn't
learn
seem like he's
anything
been
from the
doing
first.
that.
Pardon me.
Oh, I would say he didn't seem like he's been doing that this season. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
no.
seemed like he kind of gotten all of that shit worked out of his game. He was playing better. He was playing more mature.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Everyone, I mean, the stupid commentators. I was listening to Sky Sports, I think, was the
Yeah.
broadcast I was watching, and
Yeah.
Gary Neville was just like, "Oh, ever since that you doggy tackle," um, and I know the one that they're talking about, and it wasn't a good tackle, but like, I think Udogi's tackle was more deserving of a red card than Romero's. Udogi came off with both feet. Like, hold on, everything's freezing. I'm still here. Don't worry.
Okay. I
But yeah.
I
So
had
sorry.
well, I guess I thought that Udogi's looked more. He definitely got the ball more, and it was only kind of in the follow through. And both of them, it was the follow through, but I don't know why. But Romero's looked a little bit more intentional and less accidental. But
Udogi's was just 2-footed, and that's normally just like
yeah, but
the
he
biggest no
was
no.
there a lot earlier. Romero's was much more ill timed. I felt, but
He went through. I mean, like he
I
would have
really
went through the
thought I
wall and
really
got the
thought we were
man.
going to have a battle of the bridge too, because I mean it was spicy for a while.
Yeah,
Spicy.
the fact I thought they were going to get baited into it, and I really
Well,
thought maybe putting in Richarlison might have been the move for the second half, and just trying to exacerbate that problem and see what could you know what I mean,
so
what you could make happen.
what's the answer to that? Why was he not ever even considered? And
Well, I mean, I think he might have been had it not been
yeah,
such a cluster of events.
I still say the recovery, the reaction was something to be applauded. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
the warrior like uh way that we held our ground for so long, and played to our strengths by forcing the dead balls and getting the I mean, was it Basuma? One of them was just no, it was Emerson Royale kept drawing foul after foul to get the
Oh
to
yeah,
get the free kicks, and that when the numbers were what they were, we didn't have a lot of other cards
options.
up our sleeves. So that was
Definitely, there
I
was
thought that there was
a chance.
an amazing amount of intelligence shown, even up to the point where they just couldn't do it, hold the line anymore, and
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was bound to crack. I think at some point. I think at some point we were bound to let one go in. But yeah, we played very admirably. I mean,
yeah,
and everybody banded together, and you saw. I mean, to the extreme. We'd always see how pumped up that Vicario gets the defenders about saves. Seemed like that was like on steroids today. You know what I mean? I also felt like,
well, poor Vicario was on his own a lot of the time. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
he was forced into being that big, that brave of a
sweeper
sweeper and
keeper.
coming out, because there was no way our defenders were going to get back for some of that stuff. And you know I'm frankly amazed that he was able to do what he was able to do.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think he was phenomenal, though.
Yeah,
He played without any fear and showed that commitment to
kind of
Spurs that he
came off
talked
as a
about.
little bit nuts, but that's okay.
I liked it. I liked
I
it.
did too.
Maybe he did have a head injury when they checked him, and he just played anyway. Who knows? But yeah, so Wayne Bonner's comment. He said he caught the last 30 to 40 minutes on the radio. Stream on his phone was awful. I actually had a good one.
Oh, I can't
I'll
imagine listening
message
to it
you
on the
one next
radio.
time. But he said we were going to lose at some point. So now we can see the player's mentality. What bothers him though is that VDV injury, like you were saying, Ma. So sorry, I got a burp. Too much Dr Pepper. But no, I completely agree.
Yeah, me
And
too,
it
Wade.
looks bad. It looked really bad to me. You know what I mean? The way he pulled up and had to be helped off. He tried to walk, and they were just like, don't,
Yeah,
no. Yeah, it looked
terrifying.
terrible.
It's terrifying.
It
I
is,
mean,
it is, and
terrifying.
it's scary how much one player is that important to our team, but he is. But I mean, the good thing is, and I'll throw it back up there. I never thought I would get to use this banner, but Eric Dyer was good. I
He
mean,
was
he
good.
came on the pitch and he looked like he had something to prove. He looked like a
He
man with.
absolutely looked like a man that had something to prove. I mean, in his demeanor and
He carried
his
himself. He carried himself
ferocity,
well.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, he was like, I'm here to, what's the word? Like, I don't know, something like
Uh,
take names and kick asses is sort of what I'm thinking. But also, it's like there's always two things, and I'm all out of the first one, and it's like, yeah, oh,
I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble
yeah,
gum.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
there's a million of those, but yeah, he was delightful to watch. I mean, I was
Who would have
amazed.
thought? Who would
And
have thought?
I mean, even I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Skippy, but I thought Skippy had moments where he was really, really good. I mean, it came
Hoybier,
down to there were only 9 and they all had to be good. They all had to be good, and they all stepped up.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Hoybier was amazing. Hoybier, I thought was immense, and I thought that Dyer was
I think his
immense.
maturity, I think both of them, their maturity in that situation really came to be something that was really valuable, because,
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
they've seen a lot, they've been through a lot, and they do
and
that
they've been
those
through some shit. They've seen some terrible losses. They've gotten completely fucking demolished by teams before, so this wasn't anything new to them. They were like, well,
and
we can't
Dyer
let
was
this
there
get
from the
any
first battle
worse.
on the bridge, so
So
he probably was,
so let's go.
had some
And
things that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're not the same players, but still, it's the
Oh,
same
I lost
club.
you for
So,
just a second, but I'm sure you'll be back. It is just a slight
oh, you've lost
error
me.
on the part of my internet here.
Oh,
But yeah, I think that they played admirably. I think. Oh, you're back. Okay, so I lost you for a bit, but I was talking about Dyer and I was talking about Hoybier,
yeah.
and just yeah, they really surprised me with how well they played, and I think that we've got options. I think where we didn't think we had options, we do.
And I
Um,
think that us fans are a little, I'm not going to say misinformed, but we don't know everything that's going on, and we are like,
ooh,
oh, write them
pros
off, get
again.
them
I
out
was
of
like,
here.
we're a
We
little
don't need
what?
them.
Don't leave me on pins and needles here. We as fans were a little what?
I'm sorry, I can't tell that I'm locking up on my side.
Oh, it's okay. It's
It's
okay.
I
No
said
worries. I'm gonna
I can't
fix
even
this real
remember
quick.
what I said. Oh, we're uninformed. That we think that that they're no good and they need to go and they're not good enough. But Ange sees them every day in training, and he knows, yeah, maybe they're not the thing that he wants to work with, but if it comes down to push comes to shove, he knows that he's got some people that he can rely on, even if they're not his first choice.
Yeah, and I know that everyone was all, and maybe me included. I don't ever want to see Eric Dyer in a Spurs shirt again. Well, I hope everybody after today shuts up, especially after he almost scored that goal.
Yeah.
That
I
was
would I
incredible.
literally was out of my seat at work and jumping up and down because I thought, "Oh, here we are.
Yeah,
In
I
your
thought we're gonna
face, all you
win.
haters, but
I thought here we're gonna win now. Like this
yeah.
is here comes the win. Yeah. So Dyer had a good match. Hoybier had a good match. Good job for them. Um, one thing. So back to the negative. You doggy's second yellow. Did he feel like that needed to be done to prevent a goal? I don't really understand why he went in for that tackle in the first place.
I think it was just instinct. I think it was just pure passion and instinct and no brains involved in it. I think it was all heart.
Sterling, I think
And
maybe Sterling kind of baited him into it a little bit too. Might have shown
oh
him a bit of the
yeah.
ball,
Oh, there's a
and
lot
then
of trash talking and baiting going on back and forth, And I
yeah,
think that he was just like, well, I'm going to shut them up, and it didn't work out that way.
yeah, it sucked. Rush of blood to the head, as the announcers always say whenever I get a red card in a FIFA game. But yeah, so hey, we've got another comment. It's Wayne Bonner again. Hey Wayne, if you'd like to come on the show and say, hey, here's the link, my guy. It'd be
Because
really
I'm
nice.
not staying up all night.
Be really nice to have you and say hey for a bit. Wayne says next few games will be a test with 3 of our defense out. Some big shoes to fill for whoever comes in. Hell yeah!
It's a real opportunity for somebody to show.
Like we learned today, it looks like Dyer's got the goods. So I think I was a big proponent of seeing Ashley Phillips over Eric Dyer because at least Ashley Phillips was an unknown quantity where I felt like Eric Dyer was. We knew him, we knew his deficiencies, but seeing him today, I don't know. He and ironed so much so much of that shit out of his game. Is that permanent? Is this the new Dyer, or did he just play out of his skin today?
God, I hope it's the new Dyer, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's really hard to tell. It's really hard to be sure. Let me see if there's anything
Wayne
else. But
has another comment.
Shit, yeah. Wayne says, your dog is young and still learning. He'll make mistakes, but it's part of growing as a player.
And I think
100%.
this whole game was a growth opportunity for the whole squad. I mean, we've been blessed, lucky, whatever. We've definitely deserved to be where we were, but you knew that it couldn't be that way forever. And I thought we, under real duress, really stepped it up. And I think that only bodes well for longevity of, the Ange program and,
Yeah, he's even said himself. I mean, he said plenty of times that we're not done. We're not ready.
No.
And
I think we're
the fact
far
that
ahead of where he expected to be at this point,
And maybe we're not even really ahead. Maybe we're just, like you said, getting lucky results. I don't mean that, and I don't mean that completely, but I mean there are some matches where we just as easily could have lost. Oh yes,
Cat
Oscar! Everybody, that is Oscar, the second of the 2 cats.
There's 3. Actually, earlier I reached for one thinking it was Oscar, and it was Otter. And Colin knows that my other cat will tear you to shreds. So
You got to watch out for Otter. That's for
I was
sure.
lucky to survive that one.
Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, so that's a really good point. I think this match is absolutely going to be a learning experience. We'll see how we kind of how we kind of bounce back from it. Do we let it get to us? Do we let it get us down? How? Okay, another thing I wanted to
Sorry.
ask. Oh
Yeah.
no, you're fine.
No, I'm showing the cats fighting. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. So
It was like it was like watching our team fight back. That's what it was. Yeah.
there you go. I like that. I like. Thank you for tying it in.
Thank you.
How do you think Ange reacted to the boys in private? Do you think that he really gave them a bollocking?
I'm not sure that he gave them a bollocking. I mean, sure.
He
I think that
bollocking?
I think it was a more of a I don't know, a what's the word I'm looking for here? Inspirational kind of a thing to, keep them from freaking out.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I bet you're right. He doesn't seem like he doesn't seem over emotional to me. You know what I mean? He seems pretty
God,
flat.
Conte would have lost his fucking mind.
Oh yeah, Conte might have punched somebody.
And I'm
in the
really,
dressing
really,
room.
really, really happy that we're not like other fan bases crying about the calls and blaming it on that, because I think that while we might have been, I don't know, on the bad end of some of it, I think we also benefited on some of it. And I think that,
Which
it
reminds
was
me though.
universally kind of bad. I mean,
Which reminds me though. How's that not a red card?
yeah,
Can he just elbow people in the face like that?
yeah. I don't know, man.
Looks pretty ugly. That's not
Yeah.
even the worst angle. That's just the best quality photo I could find. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Looks pretty clear to me.
Yeah.
But
Well, and like I don't was it Gary Neville said that in the announcing that when there was that big dust up and they were separating people, they said that if Emerson Royal hadn't held the one guy from Chelsea whose name is escaping me back, Colwell, no, something with a C. Anyway, that if he hadn't held him back, he would have got himself a red card because he was so wound up and trying to fight. Maybe
why
we need to train them to say, "Let him go, boys."
Why did they get so wound up?
I don't have
understand.
any idea.
It was weird. I know that we hate Chelsea. Chelsea hate us. It's like it's not a secret. But it's
so
weird
what
because
was I didn't see any of the before or after the game footage stuff because I was at work and I was already
I was disgusted.
I'm really interested to know how when Poch came out, how the crowd responded. Hey, and speaking of the crowd response, oh my God, they were on fire. They were
absolutely that 12th man for sure.
Oh man, they were sometimes the 10th man. So they were holding up the team when the team really needed that kind of push forward. They were really, really there, and I thought that was phenomenal.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It'd be really interesting
I
to
could
talk
hear
to
him
Ellie
singing the
since she
entire
was there.
time,
I'd like to
even
know
when we were down to 9, even when we were, really, really struggling. So that's kudos to them. I wish we could have been there, singing our hearts out. But yeah, so we had a loss. It was coming. And it's okay.
Now the real story is what happens from here.
Exactly. It's all up from here, I think.
We're only second on the table, 1 point off. We have some definitely winnable games coming up.
Yeah.
And they're all winnable with the right attitude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough, and it's gonna be real tough until the people who were injured come back. I thought Bentancur added a lot today. I thought he was really good too. So, we've got a lot of talent on the team. Now it's time to see if we can piece together enough to make everybody, in positions that we need them to be.
Right. We're going to have to kind of piecemeal everything for a while and move people around and borrow people from positions for other positions for just a bit.
And it's time for some people to really step up, just really step up.
Yeah, and I mean that maybe this is good. I mean, players obviously want to play, right? So
and they want to prove that they're worth before January and getting,
Yeah, possible loan or full
Yeah.
move away. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I'm excited for what the future holds. Yeah, we played poorly today. We really did.
I didn't think we played poorly. There was moments of sheer stupidity and extreme
Oh,
bad
hold on one
luck.
second.
Huh?
I'll have to bring it back whenever you get back. You're almost back. You
Oh.
said you didn't think we played poorly, but what?
No, there were some extremely bad decisions and some extremely poor luck, but I don't think that we played badly at all. At all.
Yeah, I mean, there was some fucky stuff going on before Romero got his red card. Like they had that goal that was disallowed barely, and they had, you know what I mean? Like we were sort of losing it at that point. There was a moment where we started to kind of play like shit for just a second,
Sure.
and then Romero got
That's
his
only
red
because we
card.
played brilliantly for the first 10 minutes,
Right,
and they finally found their footing, but we were going to adjust. We were going to be fine.
And then Romero's red card kind of threw a wrench into the entire operation. And again, I still stand by the fact I know that he ended up going straight into his legs, but he I don't know. Once you get the ball, are you supposed to like as you're moving in a forward direction, are you supposed to pull your legs backwards so that you don't? I don't know. I'm just not sure what you're supposed to do in that situation. I guess maybe not go in for the tackle in the first place. You know what I mean?
guess
maybe,
you have to be smart about what you're doing. Yeah. And I think when you have a bad reputation, you have to maybe
that's a very good point.
you maybe have to not give them the excuse
they definitely will get you based on your rep. But hey, I am losing my internet so bad. So I think we should probably it's 27 minutes in. It's 27 minutes in. I just want to say while I've got everybody here that I've got some wonderful people that are Patreon members for my channel. And let me tell you a little bit about them. They're really great. They're really pretty. And they're really awesome. So, but seriously, big up to Chris Peters, Wayne Bonner, Soji Fagad, Mia W, and Queen Ellie Hoybier, our lovely Patreon members. They help to, I almost flipped the light on and off, but my camera's on. But yeah, they help to keep the lights on around here. They really do.
Maybe they could help you get a better internet connection.
Yeah, I need to work on that. Apparently, it's never been a problem until recently. So I'll have to investigate. But yeah, everybody, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this on a recording, slap that like booty, slap that booty's like, or that likes booty. Just slap it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're gonna be doing some more of these little blurbs, little talks about things as they happen. So yeah, if you want to be part of that, also tune in tomorrow at regular time, 10 a.m. Central, 4 p.m. England time for your regularly scheduled Colin and Jose shows.
Lots to cover from things that Stacoglu said at his press conferences and stuff. So
yeah,
lots to talk about.
Absolutely. And okay, I don't think Madison's hurt very bad. He didn't appear to be. He wasn't even grimacing.
Okay.
So I think he's fine, and I think that I should play us out with the James Madison song.
Oh no!
just to.
No, I'm gonna take my earbuds out so I don't have to hear it.
Wow!
It's only I like it. It just sticks in my head like glue.
My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.